What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Game Plan Pod. I'm Peter.
I'm Vincent.
And I'm Henry.
Let's get into episode 29.
The NBA Finals is starting on Thursday. We've got the Indiana Pacers versus the OKC Thunder. And, the Knicks had a depressing loss. OKC dominated Minnesota. And, honestly, I see OKC winning this easily. If they got to take it far, I think it's Game 6, but I say OKC in 5, in my opinion.
As an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, through thick and thin, I've been there since, the 2020, 2021, 22 seasons when our starting lineup consisted of Theo Maledon, Pokuševski, and Isaiah Roby. We're back in the NBA Finals for the first time in a long time since the Kevin Durant era. And I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't want to say, like everyone's been saying, OKC in 4, OKC in 5. The Pacers are a good team, They upset Cleveland when everyone picked Cleveland in 5 or 4, and they upset them. They upset the Knicks. They were never favorites once in this playoffs. Not once, maybe in the first round. But I don't want to, get ahead of myself. I don't want to underestimate the Pacers. But OKC's winning this series. Come on, it's gonna be it's gonna be competitive. Each game's gonna be competitive. There's gonna be 1 or 2 blowouts. But I have the Oklahoma City Thunder winning in 5. If we beat Minnesota in 5, we could definitely beat Indiana in 5, and that's my take. The short version of my take. Don't start. Do not start with me.
SGA, PGA, USA. Pacers in 4, baby. Pacers in... No, fuck that shit. Give me OKC in 5. Everything the Knicks do wrong, the Thunder do right. Essentially. So,
So pretty much...
Knicks should have won that series in 6.
They should have.
Realistically.
They should have won game.
Realistically.
They should have won. Or they should have at least.
They
should have at least been taking the Game 7 because obviously, like you said, they should have won Game 1, but they didn't, and they blew a 19-point lead. Whoop-de-doo.
The thing the Pacers are going to struggle with.
That changed everything.
The thing the Pacers are going to struggle with is that the Knicks and the Thunder are very different. In that the Knicks put up like 18 turnovers in Game 6, and the Thunder will never do that. They, in every single game, win or lose, they will win the turnover battle. They are the best defensive team we've seen in the last decade, at least. And that's a fact. Every single player in this team can play defense at an elite level. We have 2 all-defensive players in J-Dub and Dort, and that's proven. And then you have Chet as one of the best rim protectors in the league. And you have Cason Wallace coming off the bench, plus Alex Caruso, which is by far one of the best defenders in the NBA, if not already proven to be a top 5 defender. And while OKC has all those players, the Pacers need to adjust because the Knicks just don't have that. I mean, they had Mikal Bridges as their best defensive player, along with OG.
OG was
Yeah, but Mikal was the primary defender on the entire season.
100%. Yeah. But OG was still a stud. I liked Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, Mitchell Robinson was great this
I would say the one thing they just couldn't do was they couldn't defend the 3 for their life.
No.
I mean, and
the Pacers made every 3 they took almost. They made every shot they took from 3. They shot from half court, and Tyrese Halliburton nailed it.
That's an exception because you're not going to contest that.
That's really...
In game 1, I rewatched the sequence today. I saw it on TikTok. Mm-hmm. They didn't miss a 3 because it wasn't.
Every single one was wide open.
One was contested.
Wide
open.
Partly you have to blame Tibbs. How do you not, adjust after game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4?
Well, they adjusted the starting lineup, but that obviously didn't work.
They adjusted, but they didn't really adjust the game plan much.
They adjusted it for size.
Really.
They put in Mitchell Robinson.
I mean, and it worked. Mitch completely outperformed Josh Hart in this series. Josh Hart was invisible in this series. Yeah. He was invisible. That's the first time I've seen Josh Hart in a Knicks jersey that absolutely did not impact the game.
He looked really bad.
He looked. All he did was foul. That's all he did was foul. He couldn't play defense, and he didn't
let's be honest here. They're just missing a player. I don't know who that guy is.
They are missing a primary defender.
They're missing a player,
and they're missing a bench player.
They need another. They had a deeper lineup than they did last year with Shamet. They have Achua, they had McBride, they had Payne. Obviously deeper than what they had last year, but still wasn't deep enough to beat this deep Pacers team. The Pacers had a deeper lineup and had a better shooting.
They honestly need a guy like Quickly or DiVincenzo.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying those two names.
Bring back Devo. Let's go trade for.
Yeah.
Bring back
I'm not
Devo.
just saying those names because they're former Knicks, but those are the exact bench player that they should be looking for. Nobody on that team can shoot.
No.
I mean, everybody can obviously shoot, but like nobody can shoot like. I'm trying to think.
Like a Nembhard, like a Neesmith.
Yeah, Neesmith had like
8
7
threes, 9 threes.
It's unbelievable. He didn't miss one.
We don't have anybody like that,
No.
and then we just don't have.
Because this team doesn't have any role players like OG and McCall. Like Tibbs used McCall like a role player. His role is not that. His role is score. This is why his role is like diminished. Like he put him as like a primary defender on Tyrese Halliburton and like a corner 3 specialist when he needs.
Well, this is pretty much what the Knicks
ball
is,
dominant.
or Knicks are.
They have no role players.
The Knicks are like a Madden franchise. You trade,
yeah.
You trade every bench piece you have for the better player. It's like a 3-for-1 deal every single time. That's what OG. That's what OG was. That's what Cat was. We lost Randall, DiVincenzo,
Who says
Barrett,
we can't trade for Devo?
and IQ for Cat and
OG.
I mean, we got Precious. But that. I'm not
counting.
counting. I'm not counting that. It was a 4-for-2 deal.
Don't sleep on my man Precious Achua. He has his moments.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
But there are guys in free agency that the
we
Knicks
have
could
money.
get. I don't know if they have money because
Yeah.
probably not because they're paying that.
They're paying so
The
much.
whole
Honestly, Brunson took that pay cut, but also
That's why it's like a Madden franchise.
They also
It's literally a Madden franchise.
they could extend Mikal Bridges this offseason. I don't know if they are.
Also, talking about money, this finals matchup is the first matchup in I don't know how many years. I think ever actually.
I think they said first time ever.
I didn't even say what I was going to say yet. So how do you even know?
Oh, I saw a post on it. I saw a post on
Yeah,
Instagram.
but on what?
Like
Yes.
on Instagram.
What I was.
That it was the first time
Alright,
they're both under
understand.
the.
They're both under the luxury tax. Yeah.
I was gonna
Both
say
finals teams are under the luxury tax
I'll
since
tell
like
you for a fact,
1970.
That's not ever happening in the MLB ever.
No.
Well, no, not in the MLB.
Never. The MLB, it's never happening again.
Never again. It will never happen again.
But I'm excited for this finals. I just think OKC just better.
I'm honestly not. It's a boring ass finals.
Well, you think that.
Okay, but deep down, you think that too.
No, I do not.
You just said they were going to win in 5. That's not fun.
Because I think, look.
You know for a fact, Knicks Thunder, way more fun.
Way
more
fun.
But OKC would have won in 4. I think Pacers could steal 1. I don't think Knicks could steal 1. I don't.
How?
Well, I mean, I don't know who the hell would guard Shea. OG?
Yeah.
Who would guard Shea?
OG?
Like, we saw it in the regular season. OKC dominated the Knicks. OKC dominated the Pacers. OKC's 29-1 versus the East this season. 29-1, and that only loss was in Cleveland. And then the next game after that we beat them by 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
30.
So
I just don't see a world where OKC loses. I don't. We beat Denver in 7, and that was our finals. We beat Denver, and then we knew it would be easier from there because Denver is our hardest matchup. It's not the best team we'll face, but it's the hardest matchup. I think Minnesota's better than Denver, but we match up good against Minnesota.
If you guys lose, then what?
Then you will never see me again.
Bro's disappearing on
I
the
just
face of
think
the
like
planet.
Shea just miles better than Tyrese Halliburton. It's a fact. Like Tyrese Halliburton will have his moments, but when you compare their lows, like Tyrese Halliburton could easily have 3 bad games in this series because of Lou Dort.
I feel like
He's the X factor. If Halliburton's on fire, I think the Pacers could possibly take 1, maybe 2, but I can only see him taking 1.
No.
But if he's really the X factor, and especially with Siakam, and also just if OKC shuts down their 3-point shooting, I think OKC's handling.
That's the biggest key.
I think they're handling the series easily.
Loki, give me OKC in 4. Like I'm being so honest. Like they're not even a good team.
But the thing, that's what they want you to think. They beat Cleveland, they beat the Knicks.
All right, but on paper they suck. I'm sorry, they suck.
For a finals team, but
that's what we're talking about.
They're
a finals team.
They're good. They're a good team.
They have good
and
team chemistry.
there's going to be one game where I'm not going to overreact if we lose because there's going to be one game where they go 50% from 3 and we go 20%.
Well, you also have to look at it
to
like this.
Once.
This is the best team they faced. No shit. But also, it's the deepest team they faced.
Deepest
The
by a
Knicks
lot.
were, I mean,
7-man line. I mean,
Essentially,
DeLon Wright.
Essentially, if you
DeLon
look at it
Wright.
like
DeLon
this,
Wright got
quarter
time.
minutes in an elimination game.
honestly, if you look at it like this, I would honestly look to fire the GM of the Knicks because, again, it's like a Madden franchise. It's like a Madden franchise. They set them up for failure because if one guy goes down hurt, just one, it's over. It's actually over. That's what happened last year. I mean, that's what happened.
We lost the whole lineup last year. OG got hurt. Brunson got hurt.
Think about it
Randall
like this.
got hurt. The
If
whole
just
lineup
one-
went down.
What happens if Mikal got hurt? Then what the hell do you do?
You gotta start Deuce probably or Josh Hart.
Right, but then the difference with the Thunder is that you have a 10-man.
15 other guys. We could easily play a 10-man rotation, but
Yeah.
we won't.
Yeah.
But we'll
You
play.
could.
We could.
Like you can.
You could do that, but
I
you're not
probably
going
you
to.
don't want to. You never want
We'll
to
go
talk
down.
about injuries, but if something God forbid would happen, you could
like
afford.
if Chet were to go down, we would still win the series.
Like you have other guys who could fill that role.
Yeah.
The Knicks just don't have that, and honestly, we saw the Celtics didn't have that.
And I think
They
a
went
big
down.
part of the Pacers winning this series and the Knicks looking weak, no Isaiah Hartenstein. You didn't have playoff Hartenstein. He was one of the biggest, if not one of the, I'm not going to say the biggest win.
Well, they needed DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo, that shoot,
And his
just having a
three-point
shooter
shooting.
like that would have been huge.
Yeah.
DiVincenzo can either shoot you out of the game or put you back in.
Yeah.
He's one of those players that could go like 3 for 15 or like 5 of 10.
Yeah.
Who's saying we can't trade for Devo back? Who says we can't?
He might
I
be a
don't think
free
he
agent.
wants
I
to
don't
be
know.
there. I think he would take the vet minute just to come back to New York. Honestly.
Well, he's
But they did him dirty. They did him dirty.
No.
Well,
Not
if you
really.
not
There
really,
wasn't, like,
'cause
there's no hard
lost,
blood.
they lost Hartenstein, and they have no money.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess they did
Like-
do him dirty,
like-
but
Yes, they had to shed his contract to bring over Cat. Did they want to? Did they want to trade Devo? I don't think so. But did it come down? The only way to get Cat was trading Devo and Randall. And probably.
And at the end of the day, both teams got better.
Yeah.
I do think Minnesota should bring back Julius Randle as he is a free agent.
is he really?
He's a free agent, yeah.
Wow.
And that's why that trade was very controversial because Cat just signed a huge contract extension with the Knicks after the trade while Randall is still a free agent.
I thought he signed with the Knicks.
Well,
I
yeah,
thought-
you get value
I
for
thought
him.
Timber-
While
Or
you
maybe
can.
he was already on a long.
I think the
You get
Timber-
value for him while you can, though. If you're, I mean, that's smart. That's smart by Leon.
for the
Rose.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, that trade overall was great. My only point in saying he should pack up his things
he's not
because
backing up his thing.
it will never happen. But I'm 100% right. He built his team off of 5 starters, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I thought about. That's why the NBA draft also shows that there's no influence.
And they draft Pacome Daddier. What is that for? What is Tibbs gonna do? He's not known for his developmental skills.
Nope.
He's meant for the guys that you give him.
Well, that's why they have 0 picks
They have
ever.
0
Yeah.
picks.
They
have
Drafted
none.
an 18-year-old
No future.
from France who needs at least 3 years of sitting on the bench.
Dude, they have no.
You know who the
future.
Knicks need to bring back?
Pacome.
Shamet.
Shaman should be brought back.
They need to bring back Shamet. Every time he played, I swear, every time I was watching at least,
Champagne.
I would just look.
Yeah.
I see Shamet hit a 3. And I'm like, yeah, Shamet's getting us back in this
And you know
game.
who doesn't deserve to be brought
He
back?
completely disappeared. Campaign.
Yeah,
Completely
he-
disappeared.
His shot form is
Ooh,
disgusting. I'm
It's
sorry.
ugly, and
It's
he
like-
said it himself. He's chopped.
He's chopped. He said that himself.
on the Brunson and Josh Hart podcast.
That's crazy.
He says I'm chopped.
That's crazy.
I'm chopped.
He ain't wrong.
I'm chopped.
He ain't wrong.
Calling yourself
Because
chopped
they
is
brought up
wild.
the picture of him at the barber shop. So funny.
Impressive hairline. Very impressive hairline. It goes
Dude,
back to
that-
right here.
And then on the bench, they have Deuce. Yes, he played well, but he would make 1 3, and then he'll never make one again after that.
They should honestly look to move him. Look to move him.
either they
Why
don't
don't
play
they
him
keep him?
or he just can't make another one. That's what it is. They doesn't play Deuce or he just can't make another one after his
I
1-3.
don't like how they won't ever give Kolek a chance. I think he's so good.
I think Cole.
he's so good.
He's young.
He was so good at Marquette. He's actually pretty
It's just-
solid for
He
the
tore
West.
up the G League.
Yeah.
So why not give him a
Because-
chance to be a
because
bench player?
Tibbs. Because of Tibbs.
Yeah.
That's why.
I mean,
Maybe next year.
So now
Maybe next
that's the
year.
question: do the Knicks keep Tibbs?
I mean,
Or do they
Tibbs,
fire
I give
him?
Tibbs credit. He developed IQ. He developed Deuce McBride, who's turning into a pretty solid player. He developed Mitchell Robinson. They kept him for this long. I mean, he developed guys. It takes a long time with him though, and that's why I think Cole probably 2 years.
But I don't know. I think with Tibbs is a lot yes, you were 2 wins away from the NBA Finals. It seems like each year with him you are improving. it just seems like he doesn't want to adjust sometimes, which is which I
He's
think
very
is the biggest
he's stubborn.
factor. Which is the biggest factor why I think the Knicks have been struggling to make it past this hump to get to the NBA Finals. Is that he doesn't adjust quick enough, or he doesn't want to adjust, and then he just gets outcoached by the other team. And we saw it last year with the Pacers when everyone went down. The injuries you can't really blame him last year. He had a really barely anything to work with. This year he didn't make the adjustment, and the Pacers took advantage of that, and now they're in the NBA Finals and the Knicks aren't.
I'm really curious to see what a Pacers Celtics series would have been. I'm really curious. I want to
rematch.
It would have been a rematch.
Well, I know. I'm saying, but I'm curious to see what would have happened. I don't know. I don't know.
Very true.
They're pretty shit. They're pretty shit. But they're a good team.
They're really good.
I don't know.
I love Nembhard. He's amazing.
Know. Maybe it's just because they have no.
I don't like that guy.
You don't like him because he's good. He collapsed Brunson. He collapsed in that game.
Maybe because besides Siakam and Halliburton, nobody has any name value. That's gotta be why we just think they're not a good team. I
don't think that, but yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. Miles Turner's your third best player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was knocking down threes.
He was too.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call right now. It's a little off topic, but. When, not if, when Shea wins NBA MVP, Western Conference Finals MVP, and Finals MVP in one season, this will go down as a top 5 guard season ever. And by
anybody ever won MVP, Finals MVP, Western Conference?
Well, Western Conference Finals is very new. It's last couple of years now.
Okay, so then has anybody ever won it?
It's happened before.
A ring MVP,
and Finals MVP?
All-Star, All NBA, ring.
Yeah.
MVP, Finals MVP. Has anybody ever done that?
Yeah.
Has.
I don't know.
Not that many times, though.
Not that many times.
That's really hard.
Not that many times at all. Steph Curry has won Finals MVP in his career.
I'm gonna give. Yeah.
Well, nobody else is winning over Shea. If you guys win, Shea wins. Essentially.
Yeah.
Even if he's not the best.
Because he's gonna score 30 a night with Nembhard on him.
Even if he's not the best player, even if he's the second best player, they're still gonna give him.
Yeah, he's not gonna be the second best player.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying.
It's just refreshing to know that Shea is gonna. I hope he gets the respect he deserves. If not, it's fine. He's just he's the best player in the NBA, and that's a fact. He beat Jokic. Everyone's saying whoever wins this series should get the MVP. He beat them in 7. He completely outplayed Jokic.
If I was him, I would not validate once this series. Just for his own reputation.
Well, he kind of did that against Minnesota. Game 5, he had 4 free throws and 36 points.
If he keeps doing that, I would do it if I was him. I wouldn't want my reputation to be, I'm not calling him a free throw merchant. Just everyone thinks he is.
Yeah.
Even if he's
Even
not.
though he's not. Yeah, it's so stupid.
So, yeah.
Going on to the MLB, we are a third away into the season. The Mets are in first. The Yankees are in first in their respective divisions. The Mets are tied with the best record in the National League.
Just wait a second.
Come on. But they both of them don't have the best record in baseball, which that owns to the Detroit Tigers, actually, who are a very impressive team.
That's not lasting.
No, it is. I think it will. They have a really impressive young team. I like it. But third way into the season, how we feeling about both the Mets, the Yankees, and other teams?
For the Mets, this is what I expected. Some people are playing over what I expected. Alonso, Lindor is pretty much.
Wait. How's the $800 million man doing? How's he doing? How's he doing?
Terrible.
Yeah.
He had 2 home runs back-to-back 2 home runs. Back-to-back home runs.
Terrible.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I just want.
It's not gonna last. He's gonna.
He's been the unluckiest hitter in baseball. He's been the unluckiest hitter in baseball.
That's great, bro. That's great.
Yo, how did Aaron Judge look striking out against Edwin Diaz? And Aaron Judge. Oh,
I felt that one. Did you wait? Who won the Subway Series again? Oh.
So the last wait. The last 6 games.
That's right.
Last year.
Not you.
The last 6 games. What's the Mets record against the Yankees? 5.
We were
2.
also
5.
Wait, what?
And 2.
What's the wait? What's the all-time record again? Oh wait, 84-60. You fucking scrubs! Shut your bitch ass up.
Bring it up the past. Bring it up the past. He's bringing up the
What
past.
are you doing? Your last 7 games. Bringing up the past. Fucking dumbass boy. Dumbass.
Yeah, I'm up rage baiting.
That's fine, but that was the dumbest thing I ever heard.
That's
I
the
just
point
had
of
to
it.
say it.
That was the point of it.
Dumbest
But
thing.
all right.
Dumbest thing.
They get back on track. They get back on track. Yes, they beat us in the Subway World Series, but we took 2 out of. Wait.
Is this guy fucking drunk, bro?
Maybe, I don't know.
I saw World Series on my phone and I read that.
Oh,
All right, cut that.
Fuck it, bro.
No, we're gonna continue on with the after the rate. Okay, to go back on track, the Yankees did win the Subway Series,
Damn right we did, baby.
but we beat the Dodgers 2 out of 3. They lost 2 out of 3.
But Juan Soto also went 1 for 10 against the Yankees. Just
Fair
wanna
enough.
point that out
Fair
there.
enough.
He's a scrub, and he can't handle the hot lights.
He
can't handle them.
had back-to-back days with home runs. He's starting to get a little better. I think
Against
he's-
who?
The Rockies. I don't. Okay, and
yes.
you're meant to beat the Rockies. Yeah, we're gonna
Right, you're meant to
we're
beat
gonna
the
talk about
Rockies.
them for a second.
You're meant to
Can we-
beat the Rockies.
Can we talk about them? They're 9-50.
Yeah, that is.
They're 59 games in. They have not won double-digit games. Hold on. They're worse than last year's Chicago White Sox, who broke the most losses in MLB history. They're on pace for like 140 losses. That is impressive.
I don't think they.
I didn't think we were going to see a worse team than the Chicago White Sox.
If they play a game, they average to lose the game by 3 runs at least.
Wow. That's insane.
That's insane.
That is
3
crazy.
runs at least.
They have a minus 185 run differential.
That is insane.
59 games.
What's the Yankees? I don't know. I think the Yankees have the most in the league.
No,
The
it's
Yankees are plus 98.
Oh wait,
Isn't it
right,
the
I
Cubs?
forgot that we lost by fucking 16.
What's the Cubs?
The Cubs are plus 97.
I forgot we lost by 16. But before that, we were like, what? I forgot we lost by 16 for a second.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But before that, we were
You
like.
still have the most by
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
But before that, we had like 100. I don't know.
Yeah, but Yankees powerhouse, Cubs are a powerhouse. Mets pitching staff is insane in my opinion. It's been the best
That's
in the
not
league.
lasting. That is not lasting.
Said that last year.
Shot.
Said that last year. Look out!
One
And,
thing-
wait, and we're getting
we-
reinforcements. Paul Blackburn's back.
We.
Frankie Montas.
Oh
I don't-
shit!
I don't like Frankie
Wait,
Montas
can we
much.
just put a? Can you please put the meme of the LeBron? Dude, I'm scared.
And we're getting when Sean Manaea.
I want to talk about 2 things
Scared.
that I'm really happy for the Mets. One, Kodai Senga is a top 3 pitcher in the NL so far.
I
He
say
has-
top 3 pitcher in the league. Honestly.
Yeah, on the league. He's
He's
the
third-
At
second,
number 1, though, we had number 1.
he's the second lowest ERA in the NL, and he has.
No, I think he leads the NL.
Last time I checked, he was the second lowest.
He's I think he has the best ERA in the NL right now.
Okay.
I don't check on
It's like 1.6 or something.
the 1.4.
He has been the ace for the Mets, and he will continue to be the ace until Sean Manaea is full and ready
1.6.
to come back. And
1.6.
even when Sean Manaea is full and ready,
The next is
Yeah.
Skeens, who's over 2. Skeens is
so he's
2.15.
won by a lot in the NL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been the best pitcher in the NL, and that's a fact. And I'm really happy about that. And
And you know who's been alongside him with that? David Peterson. David Peterson, 2.69 ERA. He's having a great great year to start off, and I love him. I think this was like a great. The Mets developed Peterson the right way, and I just think that with this pitching staff, like it's underrated. Obviously, like Griffin Canning pitching well, Tyler McGill, not the biggest fan, but he pitched well in the beginning of the year.
He scored 6 runs on him.
Yeah, I know. That's why you guys won.
Um,
But then,
yeah,
and then obviously,
let me talk about one more guy who started off
let me talk
bad.
about my glorious Yankees.
Who started off bad, but is now on track to be a great player for the Mets, Edwin Diaz. He started off rocky, but he hasn't given up an earned run in 13 games. He hasn't given up a run in 13 games. He's been the closer the Mets wanted since prime Edwin Diaz.
in 2022.
He started off rocky, but now he's back. He has a 2.2 ERA with 13 saves. He's been amazing. I'm really happy about him.
we need one more. I have an apology to a player. I have
Yeah.
I have a big apology.
We owe someone.
We all- I think
Hold
we-
on, hold on.
wait,
I just
wait,
want to say
no,
this before you say
what?
it. You will be regretting you say this in the next 3 weeks.
Well, we'll
Possibly.
see. Possibly, we'll see.
Highly
Brett Beatty.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were like that. I was at that game on Saturday against the Rockies and 3 RBI triple. Thank you. He's been much better. His glove's been amazing.
Kudos.
Yes, kudos to you. Kudos to you. I know he has right now he's batting 242, 6 home runs, 20 RBIs, a 742 OPS, but it's much better than what he's recently been. And I honestly think if he continues that way, he might get more playing time over Vientos.
In the month of May, he's been batting .290 with 5 home runs and 16 RBIs.
What's his OPS in the month of May too?
914.
Look, if he continues his hot streak into June, he's gonna earn himself a spot to stay on the roster when they have to either make moves. But right now, he deserves the bulk of the playing.
He went
time
0 for 4 against the Rockies, but it's okay.
It happens. Those games happen. But
we'll be fine.
The second game of the series, he did have the 3 RBI triple. Which look, if he continues to play well, and obviously we all know his defense is great. He will get the playing time over Vientos, who's off to a slow start this year.
But what we expected third into the season. The Mets a lot of ups, a lot of downs for some players. But we're the best team in the NL, so that's all that matters. Okay, Henry, you could go ahead and glaze.
That's baseball, and that happens.
I actually just want to disagree with that last statement real quick. It's the Dodgers, and it's not even close.
Well, record-wise.
Okay.
No, I think we're tied with the Dodgers or the.
All right, now it's my time to glaze the Yankees. First of all, Aaron Judge. It's getting to a point where No, I did. I just chose to not.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It's getting to a point where I think he's gonna break his record of home runs.
He's at 21 right now,
he's
right?
21 right now.
At least when you guys
not
did,
even
it was
leading the
18-2.
league,
He had
right?
2
Not
home
even leading
runs.
the league. It's Ohtani.
Yeah.
But Ohtani, what does Ohtani bat?
He's third.
What does Ohtani bat? Let me see what Ohtani.
I think it's 290.
Judge is batting 390.
Yeah.
So
I'm just saying,
he leads the league in average. He leads the league in hits. He leads the league in, I would assume, on base percentage. I'm trying to think what else he leads the league in. He should be leading the league in home runs because he got robbed of one when it was clearly fair.
He got robbed of one, but he plays in a 50-feet stadium, so.
All of his home runs go 450.
Yeah,
so
it doesn't really
Yeah,
matter when
I
you hit a ball 450 feet.
No, but the
It's
one
going
he
out
got
anyway.
robbed at it wasn't caught. It wasn't like a robbery. It was literally a home run.
It hit the wall, and they called it.
He's first and
No. It was ruled a foul ball, but it was 10 feet fair.
He literally gets on base half of the time.
Yes, he has a 1 in 2 shot of getting on
Basically,
base.
yeah.
So anyway, kudos to my glorious captain. He is going to win MVP. At this point, all I can ask for him is just please do something in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Just please. Please.
That's the one thing that's hurting his
He's
resume.
literally
That's the one thing.
Yeah.
Is his playoff stats aren't great, obviously.
Dude, they're not even that. If you look at them, they're not that bad. You would think.
They're that bad.
Last year they were bad.
For Judge.
They're that
No,
bad
they
for
actually
Judge.
weren't even. He had a better World Series than Ohtani. I'm being serious.
I didn't look at
If
the
you
World
look at every single stat, Judge had a better World Series, but the media will make you think it's Ohtani. Anyway. Paul Goldschmidt, I forgive you. You, Brian Cashman, he's a stud. He's batting .333.
Good for him.
And he's unk. So
How old is he? 37?
39, 38. So
Good for him, honestly. Good for him.
Let me double check.
I never hated. I like Paul Goldschmidt.
He's 37. Sorry, but absolute stud. And Max Fried, you had one bad outing, but you'll come back king. But one thing I do want to talk about.
He was due for a bad outing.
He really was.
It just happens in baseball.
He's just been too good. One thing I want to briefly speak about is right now our bottom of the lineup is I think in my opinion my main concern. But that's because of injuries.
Chisholm's not playing. Not Peraza.
Cabrera's not playing.
Well, he hurt his ankle. I feel bad for him.
out
Speedy
for a
recovery
while.
for him.
I really miss him. He's a hell of a player. He's a great guy as well. I feel awful for him.
And what's been going on with Stanton?
He's coming back. He's soon.
Oh, yeah.
What was his injury again? A hamstring?
Everything.
Fair.
Just keeping it real. both elbows. I think a couple hammies, maybe. I don't know, honestly.
He
no,
got
but
his way back.
Standards is he's really a dog. He's fantastic. He's coming back soon. But I would say really the bottom of the order is my biggest concern right now. And before Ryan Yarbrough pitched on yesterday, I would have said the pitching, but you just gotta give this team time. I mean, Devin Williams. I mean,
he's looking better and better.
He'll be fine. I mean, he had a terrible outing the other night. He gave up 2 runs in an inning, but I mean, it's against the Dodgers. I mean, Weaver gave up a run too. Weaver's been phenomenal. You just got to give this team a little time. Like, I mean, we've been in this month alone. Well, first of all, for the rest of the season, we don't fly past Texas. We don't go past Texas. Like, that line, we don't go past it. Because this 1 month, we play the Rockies, the Padres.
Oh, so you're staying West Coast.
The Mariners, the Dodgers, the Angels. We don't go back to the West Coast once the rest of the season, which is huge for us. Because if you think about it, I mean, the guys are tired. Like, that's just the reality.
A plane ride makes you tired at any time.
It's like a 5-6 hour plane ride. Yeah. I mean, it's like, it kind of...
Traveling a lot, obviously, is going to take a lot out of players. Especially, like, if you have a night game, you have to have a morning game the next day somehow, which, obviously, with scheduling, that's terrible.
And we're just injured. I mean, like, getting Gill back, or Hill, however you